Today I'm here with a Steinway Model S that I found at DC Pianos in Berkeley, California. Now, as a general rule, I've been trying to do less videos on Steinway because their business practices and behaviors lately have not been very good, and I really don't support new Steinways as a general rule. But when there's a special Steinway, I'm not above reviewing it, and today I am here with a very special Steinway. In my opinion, the 90s were Steinway's last golden era. It was their second renaissance, if you will. Many people believe that the 30s and the 20s and the 40s, that kind of general area, was a golden era for Steinways and other manufacturers as well. But I personally feel that the 90s was another really good time when Steinway was making pianos. My personal piano is from 1995, and I generally love it. It's overall very good. I found other Steinways from the 90s that have been very, very good, and this one also fits that mold. I found that generally Steinways from that time, there still are inconsistencies, as there always have been with Steinway, but generally from the 90s you'll find warm, rich Steinways with good actions generally, if they've been regulated well, but their tone is generally warm and rich, and this one definitely is. It's got a very dark, mellow, warm tone that really is lovely, and another kind of interesting thing about it is it's from 1999, but it's in perfect condition. It was like almost never played. There are some grooves on the hammers, but it still does happen to have a very warm, mellow sound, and it's absolutely lovely. It also has a very substantial but very controllable action. I have no problems whatsoever playing anything at all on it, and I honestly love it. For a small piano, it's really, really gorgeous. It even has a pretty good bass. I'm generally, with smaller pianos, maybe I'm just learning to appreciate them more. That could be it. But I do enjoy the sound of this bass. For the size of the piano it is, it's not bad. So let me make this a bit of a quicker video than usual, and let me play a couple of pieces for you. I'm going to play Debussy's Clair de Lune, but first I'm going to play an excerpt of the first movement of Moonlight Sonata. It just has that tone that really works well for that piece. Little excerpt there of Moonlight Sonata. It really works well on this piano. It's a really warm, rich, wonderful tone that is rather common during this era of Steinways that I have found. And that is, in my opinion, why the 90s were Steinway's last golden era, when you could still get rich, warm Steinways relatively consistently. I've played a handful of them, and they've all had a nice, rich sound. Hopefully with that selection of both pop and classical and film scores, you were able to hear why I feel that the 90s were Steinway's last and final golden era. This piano has everything that you'd really need in a piano of this size. It has a bass that will do you just fine. It sounds pretty good for the size of the piano. It has a warm, rich, beautiful mid-range and a bright, sparkly treble that has no problems whatsoever rising out and singing above the entire rest of the piano, even when being played a bit louder than normal. So the treble up here is very nice and sparkly and bright. excellent sustain, beautiful sympathetic resonance. The 90s were truly a good time for Steinway. And on top of all of that, it's pretty cool looking too. I gotta say, I like the walnut. The inside of the piano has the walnut interior as well, and it reminds me of a Hamburg Steinway, the way they used to have that walnut on the inside there. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review of this 1999 Steinway S from a truly magical time, the last final golden era of Steinway. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to go check out my YouTube channel if you haven't already. If you're new here, you might like some of the stuff I post. I post piano reviews, keyboard reviews, organ videos, and really everything else in between. So if that sounds cool, you might want to go check that out. If you do, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.